Today I'm going to be talking about what it's like to live in Arizona. What is up, guys? Logan here, and I am back with another episode of Product Prodigy. Now, I have been living in Phoenix for quite a while. If you've been following my channel, I actually started living here when I started going to Grand Canyon University here in Phoenix. That was about 2 years ago. I transferred in my junior year and then ended up graduating there, but had to move back home before the school year even ended because of COVID. So no graduation ceremony, but at least I got my diploma, and then I was able to get a full-time job out here in Phoenix. So after a few months of living with my parents in California, I moved on back to Phoenix. And luckily my girlfriend got a job here as well, so we are both able to live in the same city together, and it's been great. I've been here for about 6 weeks, I believe, but counting my 2 years at GCU, I've been here a little over 2 years, not counting the summer and winter breaks, of course. So for anyone interested in moving here, I thought I would make just a little video talking about what it's like living here in Phoenix, the good and the bad parts. So I'm going to talk about a few different sections. The first section I'm going to be talking about is, of course, the weather here. So the weather can sometimes be really, really great and really, really bad. The really, really bad parts are more like May through September, where it can get up to 120 degrees and it gets very, very hot. For those that want more of a dry heat over a humid heat, that's what you will get here in Arizona, because it is a desert, so it is going to be more dry. But yes, it gets very hot, and luckily I work in an office most of the day where it's 75 degrees, and then the only time I'm really in the heat is when I'm going to and from my car. But of course, when I'm out and about, like running errands and stuff, it can get pretty hot doing that. It's nothing I'm not used to, because in the city I lived in, California, it was like the Central Valley area, and it got very, very hot hot there, like 115 degrees. So it's about the same here for me. But if you can bear through the summers, probably October through April, those months are amazing here. The weather is just fantastic. It's never too cold. It's just great weather all around. It can get pretty cold, around 30-something degrees, but that's around the coldest it's gonna get. Next up, I'm gonna talk about the food options here. This is probably one of my favorite parts about Arizona. Arizona has a beautiful, huge mix of local and franchise food options. So they have big, awesome franchise options like Buca de Beppo, Cheesecake Factory, and so many other great places. I could have a 20-minute video naming off places and I still wouldn't finish the list. And also the local food here is amazing as well. I could go to a different place to eat every single day for an entire year and still not hit everything that's here. There is just so many different options to choose from, and whatever kind of food you like, I guarantee you will find something here that fits your taste. So the food options here, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10. I love everything that is here. All right, next up we are going to talk about the traffic. So depending on what part of town you live, the traffic can get pretty bad here just during rush hour. Really, when you're outside of rush hour, it's not too terrible, whereas in like LA, it's packed really no matter what time of the day, but you can find certain times of the day here where it's not packed. But like I said, it really depends on what area you live in. Like Tempe or Central Phoenix, that's gonna be more packed to where I'm at. I'm more on the way northern side of Phoenix. There's still traffic, but not really any like backed up traffic. My drive to work is in 15 minutes north all the way on the freeway, and I really never stop on the freeway because there hasn't been much traffic. So traffic can be good or bad depending on what time of day you're driving and what area you live in. Okay, next I'm going to talk about things to do. Now, some people may think there's nothing really to do in Arizona, but I beg to differ. There is a lot of things to do. You just gotta go look for it. So the first thing is sports. There is every sport imaginable here. We have professional hooky. I was gonna say football and hockey. So we have professional football, we have hockey, we have baseball, we have basketball, we even have minor league baseball and hockey, we have spring training when baseball comes in March, and we have even a professional soccer team. So they really have every sport imaginable that you can attend games for. You also kind of have to be an outdoorsy person if you want things to do here, because a lot of people here go on these amazing hikes, they go to a lot of lakes around the city, and there is a numerous amount of spots you can go to find some crazy, awesome scenic views. And even driving up a little more north, you hit Sedona, you hit Flagstaff, and driving even more north towards the border of Utah, there is a ton of beautiful hiking up in that area. Also, of course, the Grand Canyon. They also have other things to do, like there's a bunch of resorts with water parks and just cool little areas for those resorts where you can go and chill in the sun, in the water, and buy day passes, have some drinks with friends and stuff like that. So other than all the restaurants you can go to, those are also some things you can do here as well. And last on my list, I will talk about the cost of living here. So the cost of living is definitely not bad. I don't think it is like one of the cheapest places to live, but it is definitely way more cheaper than somewhere like California and New York, those big cities like that. But Phoenix is also a big city in itself, so if you want to live in a big city for a relatively cheaper price, Phoenix is the place to go. I was able to find a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 other guys, and I'm only paying around $400 something a month before utilities, which is kind of a steal. I'm not too sure about the houses exactly because I haven't shopped for houses here. I've only lived at school and apartments, but from what I can see, I really don't think the houses can be that expensive here either, except if you're going into like the fancy parts of Scottsdale. Of course, the houses in there can get pretty pricey over there. So yeah, those are just some thoughts I have from living in Phoenix, Arizona. If you have any other questions about the city that I didn't cover in this video, just leave a question in the comments and I will make sure to answer those questions as best as I can. And that is all I have for you guys today. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Product Prodigy. Peace.